All right, so we're back now. What I think happened is it used to be if you were recording with three or more people, it would have a 40-minute cap. If you're doing a two-man video, then it doesn't cap at all for the recording. So I think now they may have updated it to be a 40-minute cap on everybody. Can you see my screen or all good? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if you could hear me. Could you hear what I was saying just now?
Yeah. We're
All
good.
right, good. All right, cool. Yeah, I think it kicked us for the 40 minutes. So it shouldn't be too far. We didn't watch. I don't think we watched anymore. Did you see the throw to what do you have? Little wheel route action going on. You can
Yeah.
see everything now. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
we're good.
So all right, yeah, I don't think we missed too much. We'll just do it in two videos. We'll just do part one, part two.
There it
Help
is.
out. All right, so 69 game, 2nd and 2. Donnie's just trying to put points on the board, bro. And this is the second time he catches me in nickel versus like his heavy like short yardage scenarios, and he's very. I mean, in a game of patience, I really didn't expect Donnie to be the one to like play with this game. Normally, they just kind of lose it. It's like one of two ways. Like either it goes completely south or it goes completely well. Like Flex is another guy who will lose the patience game all
Hmm.
the time. So if he doesn't come out, like he beat the shit out of me a couple weeks ago. So I mean, it worked for him, but he doesn't play the patience game very well.
Got him.
Yeah, he threw this one a little late. One of those like once the play develops late, kind of
Yeah,
got to
no.
cover. Yeah, I cover the corner and then the post, and it just because of that route progression. If he probably has Ertz running a route instead of pass protecting, he probably gets me here. Um, but because
Yeah,
he only ran three, like
everyone got kind of boxed out there. It was
right.
throw that. Hope you can sneak it in there or
Right.
just
Well,
pop.
remember me earlier when I wanted that post and I had to check down. Like he didn't have that option, and
Yeah.
you know that was we talked about it before, like making the first mistake. Like he just drove all the way down with patience to the red zone, and then threw a pick because he didn't have a check down available to him. So like making sure like if you're gonna go after those routes that are late developing, like make sure you have like a plan B if things go south. So now we just have to come and take advantage. I miss it, bro.
Oh
You see,
man.
you saw it. I
Yeah.
ran double drags of my own and with a late developing dig, and I just threw it late, and I got caught up in one of those animations.
He almost recovered, but he was still short. That would have been good.
Yeah, but
Would
I
have dropped
think
right over the top.
right with trajectories now. I can't remember what I ran here. Probably something quick, some quick drags, and yeah, just wanted to get out of my own red zone or touch end zone and not throw an interception. Like 3rd and 24. Like once again, we stole possession from Donnie. He drove all the way down the field. So if I throw a pick here, he gets it right back. That possession didn't matter. But now because I have the advantage with the win for this quarter, I can punt it. And I basically just reset him back to his 30. So that's a win for me. Like, yeah, I didn't get points. Yeah, I took a bad sack, but we reset his whole drive, his whole first half, his first second half drive. So I'm happy with it. That's 2 possessions we stole from him in the third quarter. That's what I'm saying. Like that's got that, and that's what Steele talks about. Like just win the battle. Like that's 14 points that he could have had completely gone, and now he has to restart with limited time left. So I'm happy with it.
Yeah. He's got some pretty good vision on his running. If he gets past that line.
It's like he only has 30 yards at this point. With Sanders, I think he has like that big run with Adams earlier, but like
Yeah.
it's an impactful 30 yards. And what I tell myself when I see that, like my motivational thing is like he can't keep running it. Like I tell myself like he's not going to rely on it. Very rarely does he run twice in a row. In fact, he comes out. Actually, does he check to stay run? All right, looks like he stayed in the run. Like very rarely was he running twice in a row at all. Um, and we were making big stops when he did try to do that. So that was my fortunate thing was like he's got to pass. He's gonna rely on his pass. We just gotta stop him when he does. But 3rd and 3 against this team is woof. I mean, look at these levels he's throwing at me. RB, and he actually hot
Oh.
routes. He hot routes himself into an incompletion. So he has the out to Whiteside, but because man he runs the zig, he hot routes Arcega to the zig route, which it kills man. And if you look, he actually does completely destroy his man on the route. You see that? But
Yeah.
the drag is coming across, and my man that's guarding the drag is the one who reaches up and makes the play.
And
So,
he throws
like,
that drag. He's got that lead blocker for him there.
right. So I think the thing that for him to take away there is like routes that just run into each other. Like a like sometimes you'll run play action, like a bootleg, and the routes are coming across the field, and then on the near side you'll have like a comeback. But the crossing routes will eventually run into the comeback throw, and then none of those throws are available because you just loaded that area. Like whenever you're hot routing, make sure you're taking into account where the other routes are. And you're just like, okay, that zig should work. Like it's shredded that dude, bro. Like what a play call. It just he forgot to take the drag out of the play and save himself a little bit.
Oof.
This is another thing I'm trying to do with Kyler, which is using the left trigger. Um, so left trigger, get out of the pocket, and then hit it again and come right back into the pass whenever it opens up.
You see all those. You had the I think it was your tight end, your wide receiver, wide open, but you see him pretty hard set on rolling
Do I, where was he? Where were they?
right there.
I missed it. Yeah, I wonder what I would like to see what I was looking at. I do hot route Aguilar here. So there's a good chance that I was looking at Aguilar. Yeah, I can't tell you what I was looking at here. What I do know is in man coverage, my second read is run.
Yeah.
That with a fast quarterback, with a mobile quarterback, you do yourself a disservice if you think like man coverage. If I can find an open lane to run against this man, then I'm going to do it. As the second read, like clear out route with Aguilar. That's probably what I was thinking. Clear him out, and if that corner's not over there, then just run with the quarterback. And then when I went to run, the running back's route opened up. So you just got to dial it in. There's not a lot of plays that I can use with Kyler with this playbook. Surprisingly, like there's one read option play that's like a legit keep and run or hand it off. The rest of them are like RPO passes, and I haven't quite mastered them yet.
Yeah, that's actually something I just started picking up is uh, RPOs, read options. Start doing those a lot more. Getting some rushing yards and attempts out there for Josh. He fumbles the ball a lot, but
Right.
if he gets out there, same thing. He's got 87 speed or 87 acceleration. So
now we go back to our bread and
there he
butter.
is.
Once
There he
again,
is.
I'm just gonna like I was saying. I think I joked in chat. I said I think my new running back's just gonna be Golden Tate via jet sweeps. Like he'd be the
Yeah.
guy. And I was like, I was gonna propose it to you guys. I was just be like, what if like would that count within my rushing game carries, or would y'all be like, yeah, that's basically passes? I don't know. It wasn't serious enough to the point where I'd bring it up, but I just thought it would be funny if like Golden Tate had 100 carries by the end of the year, and y'all were like, what the fuck, Finn? Half of your runs are jet sweeps. I'm like, hey. And then you're
Yeah.
bitching about it in DMs. I decided not to and just stick to my 3 to 4 jet sweeps a game. Call it a day.
Thanks.
So this is it again, right?
There it is.
Is I have a route in mind. He's in man. I picked it up. Give him a little pump fake. He bites it. All right, I'm out of there, dude. Fuck you. I'm using Kyler's legs because I can't you can't do what Deshaun did. Deshaun was a fucking problem. So, but here's the issue. I can't do that all the time. So his man coverage is, I didn't expose it. I beat it a couple times, but I'm not going to be able to. Man, I talked right through my touchdown throw.
That's the same verticals play though. I saw that.
It is
That's the one I throw. A lot of people throw
actually,
to. It's not the same. It's a different formation, but it's the same. Similar. You got the kind of like the crosser.
Sorry. I jumped back a play too far. So it might be the verticals play. Actually, you might be right. Bird only has, so it probably is.
Yeah.
Bird only has like 10 catches on the year. Because and people think like often you like your speed boys, like we caught him in cover 2. We snapped right as he made an adjustment. And you're right. This is the exact play. Except this time I just got to wait. I had a great pocket. And then you see that, like you see his corner backwards with his hips like they are. I know it's zone. So I'm literally just waiting. And I'm throwing this shit as soon as he clears his man and then leading it away. Fortunately, that's the issue with what Donnie does, which is he's using his safety so much, right? But his safety's under talented, like from an AI perspective, right?
Yeah.
So when he doesn't use it as safety, he's dealing with like 65 zone, you know, like
Yeah, and that's Taylor Rapp too. So 83 speed
right.
or
So
74 or something like that. It's terrible.
right. So that was a big reason because if he would have left somebody like Jenkins back there with really high zone, there's not a chance. But so that's the trade off when you user your safety. Guys like P-Town paid that price this cycle with Crookshank. Is he was realizing that, because you can't really load the box and recover, the moment he stopped using Crookshank was when he started kind of getting beat up a little bit. I don't know everybody who uses safety, but Donnie's that's just the trade-off, for every big interception he gets. If he uses the linebacker, if you start abusing his safety or his linebackers underneath the zone, he'll switch. And then you have that over the top play. So 10-point lead, 5.5 minutes left. I'm feeling saucy, dude. But he just takes it to a whole nother level. Thought I had him on the drags. Double drags again. He's so patient.
He audibled into both those two.
Donnie double drags.
I know.
I mean, to be fair, he has used a ton of different concepts.
Yeah.
So
he got away from that nickname. He had it. It was it was bad. What, last man or something like that? Yeah, it was a great one right over the middle.
Yeah, but I think I said this. I think I was defending myself because I normally am defending myself in chat because I can't take being criticized by people I've never met.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Nice joke.
Great.
I was like, people say all I do is run screens, and then people say all I do is run stretches, and then people say all I do is throw deep, and I'm like, well, damn, that sounds like I'm pretty fucking balanced. So like, if I complain about him running verticals, and then complain about him running mesh, and then complain about him running wheels, at what point am I just like, well, damn, Donnie just kind of pieced me up, didn't he? I think he goes right back to the vertical this time. I think that's when you like to throw it, or the wheel. Sorry.
Yeah,
is that how early you throw it?
Yeah, sometimes, it depends on if there's no one there and he's in the flat. Because that's how I like a lot of those plays where you got the guys going out in the flats like that, is how they always turn up like that. Like, that's more realistic, is you're throwing the ball in front of him, so you're catching him with his momentum there. When that doesn't happen on a lot of those, like, flat plays, and they have to, like, spin around to catch it because for some reason it always goes, like, back shoulder. That's a great read.
Yeah, I can't run man against him. That was, I'm usering over Ertz. I have to worry about him, and I didn't recover quick enough to play Djax, who I left Prince of Mukamara on. Can't run man against Donnie unless you really have the talented corners, which, I mean, I don't know if they play this cycle or this season, but I'm really excited to see Donnie versus Allen because Allen can run straight up man across the board against him. Let's see. Big stuff here. Have you saw the new goal line plays they put in the game? They added a goal line formation.
Yeah, I saw they were talking about that earlier. But it's out of isn't it all out of a 3-4?
I don't know. I think it's like called 6-2.
Yeah, it's triple nickel or something like that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of weird formations. I was wondering what he wanted to do here, and I fuck up and give him a touchdown pass. So I see the hot route, right? And I'm just like, I'm sending mad heaters. I was just like, we're just gonna. As soon as I see empty on the goal line, I'm like, I want to send heaters, and I do a bad job here of, for the second play in a row on this drive, playing Ertz too much respect. And I mean, I can't leave Ertz open here, right? Like, that's my man. And he has the other drag coming, but just, what I'm saying, like, call a timeout, Finn. Like, we're up 10 with less than 3 minutes left, and as soon as I came out, I should have known. I've been so sitting man already before this drive. I got my best corner over here guarding Mac fucking Hollins. Like, why didn't I just put my best press man corner on Djax if I'm going to do this? So this was a very bad play by me, and then a good adjustment by Donnie. And then to sit in there and, like, throw the ball before the pressure got to him, like, being confident. Once again, I harped on his anticipation earlier with that throw to Ertz. Like, he wasn't scared. Like, a lot of dudes, he already threw that wheel. He's already thrown 3 picks. He's already thrown that mesh pick to me before. And he was still like, "Fuck it, dude, I'm throwing this ball." So respect to Donnie, like just being confident enough to throw that ball.
Yeah, that's the freaking goal line. I get tore up on that, and it's one of those ones where you like wish you can just tell your guys what's coming right there. Because you got that guy right there. He comes out and empty. I know I'm getting hit with a slant. A
This
slant.
bitch, this bitch did not. What is he doing? What is he checking?
He's making sure he's not going to get in trouble.
Oh, really? Well, I know he gave Bob
The other battery
Sanders
might
7.
have.
But I thought he was. So I know he had a dev story, and I was wondering if he was checking because I didn't get to see what he was doing in the game. Right? I'm just at the pause menu. I was wondering what he was doing, and I was thinking he was checking reps or whoever he was trying to get the dev story for. His little fucking stats to see what he would get if he was close to his dev story or not. If he could risk taking a loss for the dev story, but nah, it looks like he was checking receiving yards. So this is what hurts me and why it's so important to have a single back and an I formation run game. Is like he's letting this clock run, dude. Like we're gonna get to third down, and it's gonna be the 2-minute warning. And if I can come up with a first down, I can make him burn his timeouts. But because this team is so built on the air raid, like, and I think I do get the first down here, so that's cool. But like the whole point is just like if I can't run the ball, like grind out the hard yards against the Philly defense, then he's gonna get the ball back here, you know?
Yeah.
And that like if I could come out right now and just like make him use all 3 timeouts and get a first down, like that's game set match. And I don't do a good job of that. I don't. I don't. You know, I get a couple yards here. I think I go after. I go for one play. Goes negative. Oh, this is pitch. I don't know if you remember this play. Willie ran it a ton. It's this pitch to the left out of this weird formation. It's like a really awkward looking pitch, a shotgun pitch, and I didn't run it all game. So I was like, oh, I'll run it now. And look, I just get just like
Oh no.
absolutely shit on. Like that pitch was like OP as shit 2 Maddens ago. I remember Willie fucking people up with it because it was in the Chicago playbook. Oh my God. So 3rd and 12, clock stopped. I'm just in a very bad position, dude. I don't even know what I did. I probably called a draw or a screen. Nope. I actually tried to throw the ball. I'll probably take a sack here. Yep, I took a sack here like a dumbass.
Oof.
So
And a big sack.
right, because the wind's against me. I would say it's not a good play. But
No.
I didn't throw a pick. He still has to work for it. You know, he is going to get it back around his 35, 40-yard line. So he still has to work for it, and he has no timeouts. I just have to limit sideline throws, and I have a timeout to ice him. So that's what I was thinking. I was like, all right, just don't throw a pick there. We've done a decent job at mitigating big plays, but that last drive, he threw the ball. And this is what bites me in the ass. When my defense is bend, don't break, right? Like, when I'm okay with giving up 5 to 10 yards of play between the 20s, well, in this scenario where I have to stop him between the 20s because I can't get a field goal, I do a bad job at that. And that's the trade-off for my type of defense. Look at this throw. What a dot to Ertz. You still there? Didn't kick you out?
No, we're good. Sorry, I was watching. I didn't watch this when it was live, so I didn't even look at the score. I don't know if he won or not. So this is all gonna be new for me.
Got you. He's just, he's commanding. He's finding Ertz. I really thought that was going to be a pick.
Yeah.
But right now he's in field goal range already. So I'm not really panicking here until I saw Zach Ertz in the zone. Once again, I trust my red zone defense. The issue is I'm trying to win. I don't want to give up a field goal here. And he's gone back to Ertz. There's not a goddamn thing that I can do. See, he set me up here. Oh, I forgot about that. This play was a clusterfuck, and he catches it anyways. So let's go. Let's break down what he just did. So he knows that Ertz is fucking me up, right? So he knows chances are I'm going to use Ertz because of the X factor. So he puts Sanders on this fucking go, and this is so smart. This is so smart because he's just in his mind he's just waiting for Ertz to break so he can throw this right between the safeties. For some reason, my guy lines up off sides, so he gets a free play anyways. But because of what he did, I can't leave to go play Ertz underneath. because of his hot route here. So we harped on him earlier because he hot routed bad, and he hot routed a route into his open route. This time he hot routes himself into a good play where my user can't do fucking shit. I have to stay on Sanders, and now he gets a one-on-one versus CPU. And there's no risk there, right?
Yeah.
So he gets the ball in my 11. I mean, I
And
like
at
that
this
play.
point, you're thinking you're not about to tie. You're about to lose.
I'm not running man anymore. I'll tell you that much. Here we go. The underneath drag with the little. He wants that vertical again. I wonder if he changes it. No, he goes out route to go dirt. Donnell Frazier, 4th overall pick, huge sack, and the clock's running. So that's fortunate. Is if he throws an incomplete pass here, right? Clock stops. He still has 20 seconds, 30 seconds, or 20, 15 seconds. But because Frazier beats a fucking double team, he's forced to clock it and kick this field goal. So huge play for me. 3-man rush, my interior lineman, 4th overall pick, proves why he was worth being picked at 4. The ice is as expected. Spoiler alert, he fucking nails it. Fucking Donnie. I was hoping 8-mile-an-hour wind, dude.
Yeah.
Nails it. Oh, I would have been so happy if he would have missed it. I mean, seriously, we go back and the missed touchdown to the tight end, wide open. The missed touchdown to John Brown and the tight end, either of them. It sucks because we were in a good spot. End up taking a sack. Let's skip ahead a little bit here. I just eat a sack on this Hail Mary, and he comes in. He wins the toss. Overtime rules. Have you always wanted to know, or have you always wanted them to change? Are you happy with what overtime rules are now?
Yeah, I'm okay. I think college rules are a little more fun
Yeah.
Than doing the kickoff and all that stuff.
I'm just watching the Super Bowl. That was one with the Patriots and the Falcons. I'm watching Patrick Mahomes last year against the Patriots in the playoffs. I just feel like the game is missing out on the fact that it's letting one side get the ball with a chance to score. And if you score a touchdown, it's like they decided they were going to fix it with the whole field goal thing, and then they just stopped at touchdowns. And I'm like, if it was something other than a coin toss that decided who got first possession, I'd be okay with it. You know what I'm saying? If there was something, it was okay, you guys tied, so what's the tiebreaker to determine who gets first possession versus a field. Look at this fucking catch. Fuck you, Donnie.
God damn.
Look at this. I mean, he has the wide open X right there, and he still throws in a trip. Fucker. That's what I get, though, for running a play I never run in a formation I hate, which is cover 4, drop show 2 out of cover 3, or 3-4. I don't know why. I probably should have just stayed a nickel and let him run. You see him here. He's in a run-heavy formation. He's going to check out of it. And I think this is where he wins it. Yep. So, and he fucking – all right, Donnie.
Got you.
Do not
–
Donnie DM'd me and said, I don't even want to talk about it. I know you got hoed. Good game. You would have won. And then he does this fucking shit for the stream. All right, Donnie, you're a little piece of shit. You're a little rat bastard for that one.
Nah, Donnie, fuck Finn. You got it.
So I want to break it down because Donnie said. So first of all, I can't believe I lost to this. Look at what he's in play calling wise, suggestions, bro. This dude is suggestions on first down. First
Coach always knows what to do.
Trust coach, I guess. So what he told me afterwards is obviously he came out wanting to run the ball in 1st and 10, and admittedly so. Just do what you do, just get down. And he said he recognized the formation that he had been working on, this play specifically. So he hot routed to the play that he liked, which was this curl post drag. So,
and this is smart too because you got Jackson coming across, and he's been throwing to Ertz regardless of whatever
Yeah,
is happening. So
right,
he's either going to have that to Ertz or he's going to have deep, depending on what you
right,
bite on and what
and
this safety that's coming down is
right.
hitting on.
I sniff out the pass, but I think it's going to Ertz, and I think I have Chandler Jones, and that's why. So like, these were my two cosmic errors on this overtime drive. I just mentioned it, right? Running 3-4 odd, cover 4, drop 2, right? Like, I don't run that formation, and that puts both Chandler Jones and Clay Matthews in coverage, which they don't do well. So then I turn around and I'm staying in 3-4 because he's in a run heavy set. And now I have Chandler Jones in coverage against an in the zone Zach Ertz. Like, why didn't I call a timeout? Like, so now I have to help. Like, I have to go help this route. And it's still open. Like, I don't even like get to it in time. And all the while, there's the separation. I'm trying to recover on Zach Ertz behind the big ass Y that Donnie needs on the screen. Um, and then he makes a good throw. And this is why I told you that X button is so important on the rat catches, because that little animation for separation that it gives them,
Yeah.
like bam, right there, is perfect. Touchdown, Donnie wins the game. Congratulations. He turned it up, bro. I mean, he was down 10 with like 5 minutes to go. He scores 17 unanswered points, puts together some good drives. Credit where it's due.
Yeah, definitely stayed in it.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people do.
After throwing 3 picks, I didn't throw any picks, and I got my one fumble recovered by my running back. So like, I won the turnover game, and he still like persevered. So this is his first film review. If you had to give him a grade, what would it be? This is something I've never done in the film reviews. Like, what would you give the grade of each team here? Looking at the final stats, let me pull that back up.
Yeah, final stats wise, he passed the ball great, minus the 3 turnovers. But those didn't turn into very much points for you, so I think that's fine there.
Right.
I'd probably give him a B plus or an A minus, especially because he fought out of the hole there to come back. Didn't run the ball as much as I thought
Right.
he normally does, but he's mixing up, and obviously passing was working for him outside of those picks, which were just kind of bad reads on his part. But overall, not too bad on his part. You had the lead most of the time, but it definitely felt like you were fighting out of a hole.
Right.
Kind of overthinking it a little bit there, trying to play a chess match with him, and he's just out here having fun.
Right.
So
Right. I feel, and you make a comment before. You say I play down the talent of the level. And I think that that's true, but in the sense that I do try to have chess matches with guys that aren't having chess matches. So sometimes I'm sitting there thinking, and I'm like, okay, he's going to come out and run. Let me go to 3-4. When if I would have just stayed at nickel and made him run down the field, maybe I could have forced a field goal in overtime and then given myself a chance to go down and score a touchdown.
yeah,
Um,
quick big adjustments. He hits you with a couple of runs. You try to stop it. The
right.
next possession and things like that, and he doesn't come out the same way.
Right.
It's yeah, exactly the same thing. It's not necessarily a slide on you for playing to who your competition is, because obviously it works for you when you play better opponents. I mean, you got a close game and win to overtime here. Same thing happens when you play Danny, you play Warren and things like that. The score might not always show it at the end. You might win, you might lose, but it always seems like that. And then you play me in our games until about the fourth quarter. Our games are usually pretty close.
Right.
We're just hucking the ball around instead of trying to actually beat each other. So it's the
Sometimes I
same
just
thing.
gotta play, like play football and just be like, yo, I'm just gonna fucking run jet sweeps for a little bit and have fun with it. Sometimes I am just like, fuck, I can't face chat if I lose. Like, I've gotta
Yeah.
win this game. I've gotta be. And what you see is that like average yards per play. Like, when the fuck has a Finn team ever gone 4.8 yards per play? Like, that's just not. I have to play conservative. It's an uncomfortable style. And you're right. Like, his adjustment was to go to the run. And you notice the moment he went to the run, I'm like shelled up in zone or 3-4. Like, I'm like, no. I cannot get ran all over. Like, I already
Yeah.
forced 3 turnovers on the pass, so I get it. If I can force another one, I'm in good shape. I think if any of those touchdowns was caught, we might be talking about a win and talk about a scenario where but here's the thing. regardless of if he was winning or losing by big or little, he opened up his passing game in the fourth quarter and he fucked me up. So I am hesitant to be like, oh, if I would have caught those touchdowns, it would have been 21-6. Like, well, if he would have opened up his passing game earlier like he did in the fourth and the overtime, I might have been completely shit on. It might have been a 40-16 game because
Exactly.
once he
And he
opened
does
up.
the
So
same thing, right in there in the fourth. That's something I've noticed with Donnie's. At the end, you get Ertz, and that's that's a safety blanket. It's the same thing with Carson in real life. He's throwing to his tight ends. That's something he's doing. Ertz broke the record for most catches in real life last year from a tight end. That's the game reflects that, and Donnie does the same thing to that, and then you got stuck with Chandler Jones guarding him on a
yeah,
on
that's the bad
corner.
personal management. Yeah, in the zone, Zach Ertz. Not like a one-time thing. Like in overtime, in the zone, and I put him on Ertz. Like that's on me, man. That's if this dude fucking watches. I swear to God, Donnie, I'm pausing this. I'm not letting you watch this touchdown and take pictures of this fucking play.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I get. I give Donnie a B plus. The only reason he doesn't get an A is because he turned the ball over 3 times, and I would say he wasn't as dedicated to the run as he could have been. But a fourth quarter adjustment led to everything he needed. But that third quarter was rough, so that was another reason. Like once again, two possessions completely kind of taken from him in the third quarter, and it could have gotten away from him. It could have been in bad shape. So that's a B plus. As for me, I got to go C minus. C, the C grade only coming from the fact that I held this Eagles roster, to 16 points in regulation time, and then obviously the overtime touchdown. Like that, I feel like that is worthy of the C. My offense, it needs some work. I think I might be drafted running back. I don't know what's going on. I'm in a bad spot. But I think a C minus is in order just because of the defensive performance alone.
Yeah, I definitely agree there. I think that's fair. Again, I think you beat yourself as almost as much as Donnie beat you. Not to obviously discredit that win from him, but over adjustments, under adjustments, I think maybe got you there at the end. But overall, yeah, I think C minus is a solid grade.
Word. All right. Well, thanks for joining me. We've talked a little bit before about the content. I'm excited to kind of get it back going. I've been doing all this moving shit, so excited to get back into. I think playoffs is going to be a good thing once we're back, because we never got that closure of that season. We never got a champion, so I think I'm excited now to kind of get to that and we can get our closure, and that'll be good content. We've talked a bit before about some cool little pieces that are going to help, because I think sharing the plays that everybody makes throughout the season is good. These film room videos, they're fun, but not everybody has time for an hour-long video.
Exactly.
So I think me and you have discussed, and we'll the league, if you guys are watching, be on the lookout, because we have a little fun content piece that'll help out, that'll allow you guys to submit cool plays that you guys made, and it'll allow the content team a little bit of leeway in terms of the production of the content, but still getting it out there in a format that is kind of recognizable without giving away too much. So thanks for joining me, bro. It was fun to talk about the game. I'm glad it was a good game, because right before, apparently, Warren and Willie just played a battle. Willie and Jordan just had a battle. I think it came down to the last possession, so that might be the next one.
Yeah, I'm always in. Just let me know. This was fun to actually sit here and do this, believe it or not. Get more involved. Then maybe I'll watch the game first so I can have a little more input next time instead of kind of just coming into a blind. But
it definitely helped that I played it. But I will say it is kind of fun from my perspective to have not seen the game. Just because it makes me look smarter when I predict a play, and then two, because I'm all about making myself look smarter, and then two, there is those weird plays where you're like, oh, it's more of a reaction than it is a breakdown, but it's live, it's raw, and it's kind of like, oh, okay. And I think that provides a little bit more context than like a studied version. At the end of the day, we don't got a lot of time to study everything. I've tried it. I've tried to do like a breakdown where I studied the plays prior. And the downside is just like you either have to clip all the Twitch clips that you want, or you have to keep searching for them. And then that means you have to edit out all those pieces. So sometimes just hit and play and run it through the whole game like we did is perfect. So
yeah, that works.
sick. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening. I'm going to wrap this up, get it on the YouTube so you guys can see it. And we'll see you guys next time on the Film Room.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.